everyone, welcome to another video. In this episode of Whispers of the Warp, I will be building something fast, something vicious, something spawned from the shadows of the Tyranid hive fleets. These creatures are called Warhammer leapers. As I assemble these miniatures, I will whisper their lore, their origins, and the terrifying stories behind these sleeping killers. These little nightmares and ambush predators, designed by the hive mind to strike first and strike without mercy. So get comfortable, relax, and let the sounds guide you into the quiet whispers of the warp. So I have already released these creatures from the sprue. I have 3 of these guys to be assembled. Alright, so these are all of the parts of the first von Ryan Leapers, and yeah, there are quite a few pieces for this miniature. So let's start scrapping all of the excess plastic, all of the mold lines. As always, I will be using some tools. This basic stuff, I think this one comes from the how is it called? Introduction to Warhammer 40k, I believe. Then obviously a sharp knife, I think this one my favorite. And also some other stuff. Alright, let's start with the first one. So, who are the von Ryan's Leapers? So, unfortunately, there is not much lore about these guys, which is quite surprising for me because, you know, usually Warhammer 40k is very rich with lore and you know, the characters and the miniatures and other things are just very rich in the information, the lore about it. So I was quite surprised when I started to do some research on the von Ryan Leapers. So they were first mentioned in the 3rd edition Tyranid Codex. And though they did not receive a miniature until the 10th edition, so not a while ago. So they were mentioned somewhere, I don't know, when was the 3rd edition? Maybe somewhere in the 90s or early 20s. But it was quite a while ago, actually. So these guys are one of the newest Tyranid bioforms. They were first documented by the Imperial researcher researcher, or I don't know, maybe a magus called von Ryan, and they were named after he first discovered them. But who knows? What's the actual truth? So these guys, they are the perfect hybrid between stealth and savagery. Part lictor, part Hormagaunt, but all killer. With elongated limbs designed like springs, they can cross entire city streets in a single leap, and when they land, something dies. We are almost there with removing the excess plastic from the first creature. Well, I'm slowly running out of miniatures, and I have to think what to buy next. Well, there's still a lot to paint, so I've been recently focusing on the builds, but not on the painting. And yeah, there are just so many miniatures awaiting to be painted. But yeah, I have some ideas how to proceed and also what to buy next. But we will see. Anyway, you can, guys, let me in the comments what other or what box should I buy next. Maybe some Battle Force, or maybe something else. What I am looking for in general is just some big box that, you know, has a good price to value, you know, the actual value ratio, so to get as many miniatures as possible. I am also not sure if I want to go Ultramarines next, or maybe this time some Chaos Marines, or maybe some Xenos. I like Necrons, instance. But yeah, we will see. Alright, let's try to build this first guy here. They look quite complex to build, so I'm trying to use some of the instructions that I have here with me. How this one should go, I believe something like this. Yeah. And then one of the legs, is that a leg or something else? Where this one should go? Is this? Yeah, this one fits well, so this must be the leg. And then this limb, not sure if it should go here. Probably not. Maybe this one. Yeah, it should be something like this. But I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Maybe it should go here. Maybe like this. You know, I have actually no idea, but whatever. Let's continue. Then we have this part. This must be the leg that goes here. Yep. Fits nice. And then the other limb should go here, I believe. Something like this. And then the big ones. Not sure if that's the right part or the left part. Will that fit here? Maybe not. Should be something like this, I believe. Or maybe not. How about this one? No, wait. This must go here. Yep. No other way around. And this one goes right here. I actually should first assemble this part and then move to the other one. fits. And let's assemble this limb here as well. Yeah, so this guy is definitely looking to cut someone in half with this limb for sure. Looks pretty odd and strange. I'm not really sure if this is the correct way to assemble that, but we will see. I also have the base for this guy, so let's stick him into the base already. There we go, our first frontline leaper. Looks pretty nice, I would say. I really like these miniatures. Alright, let's move to the next one. Okay, so this is the second creature that we have here. So let's quickly remove all of the plastic from it. I mean, all of the excess plastic. Alright. So, unlike most Tyranids, leapers don't attack in screaming swarms. They stalk, they hide, they wait, they clinch the walls, nestle into ruined buildings, and crouch silently in the tree lines. Their chitin absorbs sounds, not even a footsteps gives them away. And then, when prey wanders close, they leap, not a jump, not a bounce, a full body launch, like a living ballista, bolt in a blur of talons and fangs. The victim disappears beneath a violent flurry of strikes. The reports call it instantaneous disassembly. The hive mind call it efficiency. So maybe that's why there are not that many records or lore about these guys. Since they are so stealthy, it's pretty hard to capture information about these kind of monsters. If nobody survives any close encounter, similar to lictors, but there are some differences, and I'm going to explain you the differences in a moment. But first let's assemble the second guy here. So right now I know more or less how they should be assembled. So this one kinda looks like he's mid-air, like he's jumping or something like that. What's that thing? I'm not sure what is that. Where this one should go? Ah, yeah, it's the other side. Alright. And well, this one looks even more ready to attack. Looks like he's charging at someone. There's also this small piece, like part of some ground, or I'm not sure what that is exactly, like some metal. Maybe he's trying to jump over it. Looks pretty dope as well. And now the last one. Alright, let's clean the last miniature. So what are the differences if we compare these guys to the lictors? So many people think that von Ryan's leapers are just baby lictors, but no, there's something else entirely. assassins. Precise, calculating, patient, and I think that lictors are also hunting alone in general, while leapers are shock predators. They don't stalk lone targets, they ambush whole squads. They break battle lines, they cause panic. Where a lictor kills silently, a leaper kills suddenly. Imagine a home account with a lictor scanning. And explosive power of spring-loaded predator. That's what these nightmares are. So as we know that the Tyranids don't build just weapons, they grow them. Every part of Leaper's body, from its serrated talons to the ridges on its spine, is designed through consumed biomass. The more hive fleets devour, the stranger their creations become. The Imperium fears future evolutions for sure. Who knows what will evolve next? If this is what the Tyranids create after eating only a few words, what will they make after they devour entire star systems and maybe even galaxy? Let's assemble this guy. This one looks like it's jumping as well. Maybe just leaping forward, charging. something is not right here. I'm not sure what exactly. Yeah, now it should be fine. Like this. This one also has this small part, like some sort of fang sticking out of the ground. I think I should assemble this one first. This one just doesn't want to get there, and it needs a little bit of help. Perfect. Alright. So these guys are finished. They look really nice and really aggressive, ready to charge. So they look like they are going to leap into battle and tear through the enemies of the hive. So thank you for building with me. Thank you for joining me tonight and listening to the whispers of the hive mind. I hope this helped you relax, unwind, and maybe fear the shadows just a little bit more. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel. We've just passed 200 subscribers recently, so thank you so much for this. It means